Welcome to the Rock Your World Naturally show, sharing God's prescription for total health in spirit, soul, and body. I'm your host, Rekishia McMillan, award-winning author, Air Force veteran, and total health coach. I'm passionate about sharing biblical truth, scientific research, and practical lifestyle approaches to help heal your world naturally. Welcome to all of the healthy women and to those who are aspiring to live a healthier life. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. Can you believe that we have completed the first quarter of 2022 and have started the month of April? Many women are still focused on their health and wellness goals as we completed our New Year, New You challenge. And I just want to encourage you to keep moving forward to become the healthiest version of who God created you to be. The spring is here. The trees and the flowers are starting to bloom. The weather is starting to get just a little bit warmer. Spring is all about change. And as women, we go through change in many ways, particularly with our health. And this month, our focus is all about change. It's all about renewal, cleansing for the body, the mind, and the spirit. And today's show is being sponsored by two health entities that will help you to reach this change. I remember a time in my life when I went through major changes in my health. I was suffering from chronic fatigue. I was suffering from a form of fibromyalgia, and I was waking up every single morning in pain. I knew that I had to do something different in order for my health to improve. Through prayer and holistic practices, God showed me how to recover my health. To further my health journey, I had to renew my mind to health and enrolled in the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, the largest nutrition school in the world. Through IIN, I was taught how to nourish, heal, and thrive in all aspects of my life. The Institute for Integrative Nutrition integrates science and the spiritual and teaches you how to tap into the innate wisdom of your body to transform all facets of your health and find your purpose to transform your life. With more than 95 world-class educators who are leading physicians, researchers, and wellness experts at the forefront of the health revolution, the IIN Health Coach Training Program provides a holistic health education that cannot be matched. And I can attest that because of the education that I received through IIN, I am now living a life that I love. And maybe you're a woman who is listening and you want to find out more about health and education, and you can live the life that you love by joining IIN's next generation of health coaches. It all starts with you. You can unlock your potential to nourish, heal, and thrive. If you'd like to take your health to the next level and become a part of the next generation of health coaches to help other women to live healthier and happier lives, or even start a new career, you can visit my website, womenrockhealthcoaching.com, and click on the link at the top that says I'm in. That's I'm, the capital letters INN. Once you're there, you can take a free sample class and explore if IIN is an option for you. You can also receive an additional 20% off of IIN's special 30th year anniversary price. Ladies, are you looking for some tools to put in your health toolbox to achieve optimal health? One of the tools that I use in my own personal life and in the life of my clients is quality professional grade supplements. In today's world of environmental toxins, lack of nutrients in the soil where food is grown, and the stress that our bodies undergo, supplements are an essential way to keep our immune system strong and healthy. FullScript is the safest and most convenient way to purchase professional grade products to support a woman's overall health. With FullScript, you'll receive a wide variety of products to include whole food multivitamins, paraben-free deodorants, healing salt bath scrubs, cellulite body oils, therapeutic grade essential oils, whole body cleanses, and so much more. By using FullScript, you'll receive a 10% discount on all products. You can visit us.fullscript.com/welcome/Women Rock Health Coaching. Again, you can receive a 10% discount on all products by visiting us.fullscript.com/welcome/Women Rock Health Coaching. Today's guest is part of the health revolution, the amazing Dee Bolton. She is your faith-fueled mom. Dee is a certified personal trainer and wellness educator. In this show, she shares how God uses her passion for fitness to reach and transform women's lives. Ladies, listen, apply, and transform. Hello, everyone, and God bless you. Welcome to our podcast on today. I'm your host, Rekishia McMillan, and I am super excited to have today a very special guest. I came across her information on what she is doing in the health community and knew that it would be beneficial to so many to hear the amazing and the exciting things that she is doing in the health and wellness world. And so today I have the privilege of hosting Dee Bolton. She is the owner and the founder of FaithFueled Moms. So Dee, before we get into the show, can you just let our audience know, what are you doing in your world right now that is rocking your world naturally?
Well, thank you so much for having me here. Really excited to be here and share my story. So yeah, actually, I have been, just as of late, really studying brain health and how it affects your weight loss, how it affects your mental health, but just really, really fascinated about how our brain is wired and how it ultimately affects our health.
Oh, and that's so good. And I think that's a neglected part of our health and wellness world. And the health of the brain, as you shared, Dee, it really has a lot to do with whether it's our metabolism, the way we're processing information, nutrition, the whole scope of how the brain functions and how that correlates to health and wellness. Definitely is an area that is rocking or can rock our world naturally. And so can you let our audience know, Dee, a little bit about your journey and about your story? Who are you?
Yeah, for sure. So I like to tell people that about 7 years ago, I was underweight spiritually. I was overweight physically by 100 pounds, and not just physical weight, but also eternal weight that held me back. In the last 7 years, I have been able, through God's grace, to achieve getting my fitness and exercise science degree. So I went back to school. I am the mom of three divas. One's almost 18, one just turned 14, and one will be 8 soon. I've been married to my best friend for over 19 years now. We've been together for about 23. And I have the privilege and the blessing every day to help strong women get stronger. And I do that through helping women get free from the bondage that holds them back, as well as nourish better and honor their temple. And so through the years, I have gotten multiple certifications through NASM. I'm a NASM certified personal trainer, corrective exercise specialist, fitness nutrition specialist, weight loss specialist, senior fitness specialist. And I think that's it. I feel like that's enough of them. If not, it's okay if I miss one or two. And so, yeah, I am able to use all of those tools and skills to pour that into women and help them with their wellness. So that's what I do, and that's who I am.
Oh, I love it. And I think it's just absolutely amazing. And one of the things that just drew me to you, Dee, is the fact of how God uses you, you combine fitness with the spiritual. And so one of the things that you shared when you opened up with that statement, you said that you found out that you were underweight spiritually, and that was holding you back, and you were overweight physically. Can you dive into that a little bit to share what that actually means?
For sure. So I was raised in the church, and I was raised in a certain denomination. And when I went to college, I just rebelled and I just left my faith. And so for many, many years, I was just kind of going about this world trying to seek sustainability and just to seek God in everything but where he was. So I looked for the universe, I looked for the stars, I looked for the moon, the sun, all those things. And so when my weight loss journey started, I was at a place where my family was homeless. I was pregnant with my third daughter. I was about 5 months pregnant with my third daughter. And I had just ran until I couldn't run any longer. And so I really sought the Lord for just fix it, Jesus, pretty much. It was just a fix it, Jesus prayer. And so through that, I started getting reconnected to God. And then I started my weight loss journey. Probably it was after my daughter was over a year old. So think from 5 months being pregnant up until probably 18 to 19 months. And I was going back, I had gone back to church. My family had started going back to church and really getting connected with the Lord, doing Bible study and just really in the word. And then I decided when I turned 32 that I wanted to go on this weight loss journey. And that's when I was 100 pounds heavier than I am now. And I went on a 30-day fast. And it was one of those nutritional, I think they call themselves a nutritional cleansing program, but you can find a rep and they will sell you their package and they will give you all of their goodies with the promise to lose weight in 30 days if you follow the plan. And it was a plan that was very restrictive. And I went to Jesus every single day. And I went to the Lord and I went to prayer and I went to my daily devotions in the Bible for the things that were discouraging me, my temptations, the things that I was having issues with. Now, in the 30 days, I was not one of the people who were blessed to succeed in the 30-day program and lose the 100 pounds in 30 days. But I did get a really, really deep connection with the Lord, and it really strengthened my intimacy with God, because I really came to him with what I thought was meaningless and vain things like weight loss, not wanting to eat another cookie, like silly things like that. But I was going to the Lord continually, daily, all day long, and it just became a really open dialogue. And so that really changed my conviction from wanting to get skinny to wanting to honor the temple that God gave me, the one temple that he gave me, and steward it well. And so that's where my journey started. That's when I started seeking more information. That's when I decided to go back to school to get my second degree. That's when the Lord opened opportunities for me to get certain certifications, learn under some amazing people. And so, yeah, that's where I was. So the underweight spiritually I was just seeking God in all the wrong places. And then I finally found him. And through this journey, just going to the Lord with everything, even the things that I think he didn't care about, like my weight, just really strengthened my relationship and my faith. And that's how I'm fueled, because I had trust and assurance that God was going to do what he said he did. And that's what fuels me every day, is that faith walk that I took in my weight loss journey.
Yeah, and just your story, it's like God did an inner work on the inside. And then when that inner work took place, then things on the outer, such as your health journey, began to take place. And I think that's so essential. And I'm so glad that you shared your story in that way, because our work that we do aligns so much, Dee. And many times individuals will come and they're focused just on the outer part of losing the weight, but not realizing that it's the inner work that has to take place first. And then if there's some things that you've got in your soul, such as emotional baggage that you're carrying that is causing you to become an emotional eater, then that contributes to the overall challenge of losing the weight. But having that approach, the spirit, the soul, and then the body is a great display of how God took you on that path journey.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like a lot of people are filling themselves with everything but Jesus. And they're looking for the quick fix. And honestly, it's ultimately him. He's the cornerstone, he's the foundation. So you're right. It was an inside job that worked its way out. And I think that's why it's been so sustaining, versus going back on that hamster wheel over and over again, trying to do things outside of my own power.
Yeah. One of the things that I like that you said that in the work that you do, and I see you in the gym and you are motivating me, Dee. When I look at your website at faithfuelmoms.com, that you were in the gym, you are pumping that iron. And so for any woman that is out there that is looking to, um, whether it's add, weight training to their current wellness plan, what are some tips that you can give to women who really want to start? You said that it's just not about the fitness, but it's truly about a lifestyle. So what would you say to them?
Ooh, that's such a great question. And that is my tagline. It's not just the fitness, it's a lifestyle. So what I tell my clients when it comes to wellness, there's so many ways that you can get fit, but you need to address, like we said, the inside, the foundational stuff. So things that people don't often look at when they're addressing their wellness is emotional wellness, which you spoke about, intellectual wellness, physical wellness, which is the actual moving your body, is everybody talks about. Environmental, the people that you're around, the people who are pouring into you, financial, and then your work wellness, and then your social life. Those are all aspects. So it's like, what one do you want to tame first? Which one is really affecting your daily disciplines? That's what you really need to look at. Is it the social? Is it the intellectual? Is it the vocational? Is your job affecting how much time you're able to move your body? And so then once you assess that, then it's actual moving your body. How can you do that? What time do you allot? And I tell, for me, moving my body is an act of worship. So it's actually a devotion and a time for me to be with the Lord. And so for me, it's a date that I've set up with God that I'm going to make, just like I made this appointment with you to be on this podcast, and I was here and I'm going to show up. And so I feel like when you're addressing wellness, there's so many pieces to the puzzle. It's so much easier just to focus on one piece, find where that fits, and then work on the next piece, and then continually doing that. So that's why it's a lifestyle. And it's not a fix and a fad, because you're doing this for life. You're consistently tweaking. You're going in different seasons in your life. Your children get older in life. Your jobs change in life. So it's constant. So it's not just about the fitness. It's about a lifestyle that serves your temple well. And so that's what I mean by that.
That's so well said. And I love the fact that you said too that you have to find something that works for you, whether that is rollerblading, whether you enjoy swimming or aquatics, or you have to find the fitness or the wellness that you enjoy and that really works for you, because some individuals, they may not, you know, lift the weights, or some people may not run. But I think that's such a great point that you bring out. And also how you said that movement for you is an act of worship. And that's such a beautiful, beautiful imagery. And you're so right, because you really study the scriptures all throughout the New Testament, Old Testament. They walked everywhere they went. They had their physical movement all of the time. And even more recent studies, the healthiest countries in the world are those countries that people are walking everywhere that they go.
Yep. Their diets are better and their fitness is better. And they have no gyms. There's no weight.
No, I say that all the time, Dee. I said we are populated with fitness centers across our nation. But when it comes to the ranking of health and wellness, we're on the lower tier. And when you look at other countries like Spain, like Italy, Japan, they have the blue zones where they have the most people that live to 100 years or more. And they're walking, they're eating right, they're getting the proper rest, they're doing different things concerning health in the way that we do here in the Western world.
Yeah, I truly feel those countries value wellness more than money because they don't have the money. And so they value what they actually have, and that's their health. And they have to take care of themselves in order to take care of their families and to have a long legacy. And so you're absolutely right. It's sad that the, strongest nation financially is probably the weakest nation physically. So
Oh, and you hit on a key phrase when you said we're the weakest. And I think it was Winston Churchill who said that healthy citizens is what makes a nation rich or wealthy. Because he knew that at the core, that if you've got healthy people, you're going to have a healthy, whether it's a military, you're going to have a healthy society to be able to sustain what we have. That's such an essential point that we have to take a proactive stance concerning our health, because not doing so, it really does weaken our communities, our culture, our society overall.
absolutely agree.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So, with the work that you do you believe that this is a calling for you, Dee, that God has called you into this avenue of work slash ministry? What are your thoughts?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have been called. So, something I share with people is when I was 16 years old, my mom and I were in the grocery store and we were just doing a normal grocery shopping trip. And this gentleman tapped my mom on her shoulder and said, "This is going to sound absolutely crazy, but the Lord told me to tell you that your daughter's going to be a prophet for the Lord." And me and my mom looked at each other. I was 16 years old. I was very rebellious at the time. My mom was dragging me into church every Saturday. We went to church on Saturday. And we looked at each other and laughed like the biggest, like he had told the funniest, most hilarious joke we've ever heard. Like both of us just laughed like crazy. And my mom doesn't have a very vivid memory about my past, but she remembers that time when the man told her. And so years of, like I said, I was underweight spiritually when I came back to this journey. And I literally was at a point I've written about on my blog with, I had scale discouragement. I had worked really hard that week. I followed all the plan. I did all the workouts and the scale didn't move. And I lost my mind on the scale. I'm not kidding. I mean, there's no other nice way to put it. And I just lost my mind, honestly. And I just was on the bathroom floor and I was just like, "Lord, however, whatever you want to do to use me, Lord, use me." And that was the beginning of this amazing journey that God has had me on ever since. About 4 of my certifications have been given to me
Mm,
just
mm.
by the grace of God. "Oh, Dee, we heard about you somewhere, somehow. We beta test this certificate and we'll give it to you for free." Now, some of the certs I have are $1,000 certifications that I couldn't afford at the time. I told you I was homeless when I started this journey. Going back to school, completely paid for. That was a miracle by the Lord. And so, May 2021, which is almost a year, um, I was in Phoenix for this organization that I am a fitness teacher, gospel preacher for, called Revelation Wellness. And I was in the mountains, Camelback Mountains, and the Lord just really pressed upon me like, this is where he wants me to go. This is where he's led me to. And so one of the women shared something with me that I share with everybody because it's really, really good for those who are looking for their purpose or those who are just wondering what God's doing. And she said that the enemy drives, the Father invites.
Mm.
And so that hustle mentality that the world tells us about, that we have to, dog eat dog and go, 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 that is a spirit of the enemy.
Yes,
The
yes.
Lord gives us invitations and opportunities, and we either are obedient and trusting in his will, or we're not, because he gives us the free will, and then we miss out on that opportunity. And I have to say, ever since that woman shared that with me, the invitations that the Lord has given me has surpassed anything that I could hustle or drive for. And so when people ask if I was called to do, there's no doubt in my mind that the Lord is using me in this way. And I'm very grateful and honored every single day. I praise him every single day to use me in such a manner.
Wow, such a powerful testimony. And I love the fact that you said that the Lord, the Holy Spirit, invites where the enemy drives. And that is such a powerful visual of just the loving kindness that God has and how he has really demonstrated that in your life, Dee. And they have the saying that favor is not fair. When you are favored of the Lord and to open up those doors of opportunities, because I know that those certifications can be costly, and for them to just be given to you, that is truly, truly a miracle from God.
It truly is. It truly, and it's literally the keys to help serve his kingdom. I mean, it was a senior fitness certification. It was a fitness nutrition, like certain things that definitely are for his kingdom. So he puts his handprint on everything, which is great, so that we know that it's him.
So with the work that you do, Dee, what would you say is the aspect that you enjoy or that you really love the most?
I absolutely love encouraging and coaching women to do better than they think they can. Like it just, I was a cheerleader in high school, and to see other people win literally drives my spirit. Like it just fuels me. So when I see them lift a weight heavier than they did last week, or do a box jump that they never thought they could, or for me, women and doing pull-ups, like that is just glorious, because we have been thinking since we were 8 or 9 years old doing that president's test that I can't do a pull-up. And to get a 30 plus woman to do a pull-up is victorious. It's so amazing to watch how empowered and strong she feels. And that's why I do what I do every single day. I just truly love watching people succeed.
So that seems to be the fuel that fills your tank, so
For
to
sure.
speak. And I love the name too, Faith-Fueled Moms. Like, how did you get that name, Dee? How did that evolve? How did that come about?
That was through prayer. I was called, I think I was Mommies of Faith or Moms. I think I was Mommies of Faith because there is a Mom of Faith and I'm friends with her. And so I was Mommies of Faith on blog world and, social media world. I don't even know if Instagram was out yet. And then around when Instagram came out, I was just praying for a rebrand. It felt like it was forced by me. A lot of what I was putting out there wasn't forced by the Lord. And it just came to me, you're fueled by your faith, you're faith fueled, and looked up that domain and it was available and I popped up on it real quick. And here we are 7 years later. And it's funny because recently my word for this year is rebuild, and Zechariah 9:12 is one of them. And that was been my prayer, like, Lord, I'm in this rebuild, am I rebuilding? And it's like, no, I'm still faith fueled. I'm just rebuilding everything else. And so it's how I live my life. I truly trust and believe that what God's going to do, what God says he's going to do, he's going to do it. And so that fuels me every day to keep going. That gives me the hope. And that gives me the vision. So
Absolutely. And I think I saw one of your pictures where you got a Bible in the hand, and I think, wait, and another. And it just gives such a clear picture of what God has called you to do, that you are sharing the message of faith, you're sharing the gospel, and you're doing that through the channel of helping individuals to become healthier, in these days and in these times that we are living in. And so, Dee, with everything that is going on in our world right now, we've got COVID-19 kind of subsiding somewhat. We've got world events that are happening nationally, internationally. Um, what would you say to someone in times like these when it comes down to the preservation of their health, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual health?
that is really, really great question, because I feel like we've been in protection mode for so long. Our body's been in preparing for flight mode for so long. A lot of us are having a hard time resuming back to a place of like homeostasis where we don't feel like we have to protect ourselves. And so I definitely There's a lot. So there's so many things. I'm like, where do I start? I would say if it's beyond your control, seek a professional. There are professionals out there. And when it comes to mental health, and if you're trapped in your own mind, there are Christian professionals out there that can help unlock that door and allow you access to things that are probably hurting you. And our body, what our body's purpose is to keep us surviving. So it will compartmentalize that hurt. It will put it back, but it's not necessarily helping us. It's just protecting us at that moment. So sometimes we need a professional to help us with that. So that's the mental part. The physical part. So what I think the statistic is about 29% of Americans 11% of Americans have gained about average of 29 pounds during this pandemic, if not more. Okay. So we need to talk about that, right? Because 29 pounds on some joints can be very painful. 29 pounds on your core can start other issues with your back, your neck. And so we need to reel some things in. We need to create some more disciplines in our life, and we need to assess. And I always tell people, you have to first acknowledge it, whatever it is. Acknowledge that you're snacking throughout the day. Acknowledge that you're not moving as much that you're doing. And then once you acknowledge it, once you reveal it, that's when the healing can take place. But when you're hiding it, nothing's going to get done. It's just hidden. It's put in the back. So you have to bring that out first, right? And then seek the professional if you need the guidance, because you can't help yourself sometimes. Sometimes you can't help yourself. If you're in the middle of the ocean, good luck helping yourself, okay? So seek some help from a professional or a friend who loves you. If you just need an accountability buddy to go walking with you, that's a help. You still need help, ask for help. It's okay. We're at a place now, guys, like we all know we're all messed up. So put your shame to the side and ask for help. And you won't even know that person that you're asking, they might need you too. And so I really say, acknowledge your first, seek help, whether it's a professional or somebody to help you with accountability. And then there's power in prayer. God will lead you. God will direct you. He will provide for you, and he will ultimately help you. And he knows what's going on, but all he wants is for us to be in a relationship with him. And you can't hold back stuff from people you're in a relationship to. So go to God. And once he gives you the direction, once he provides for you the plan, be obedient and do the work. I say, do the work, be real, and show up. Like, do it. It's part of being an adult. You go to work every day, you brush your teeth every day. There's certain things you got to do that you don't want to do as an adult. And when it comes to our health, we can no longer be passive. We can no longer be neglectful. We've had 2 years to hide, and it's time to come out of hiding. It's time to address, and it's time to start living our life to the best ability. And it's not by ignoring these things. It's not by neglecting ourselves. We have to start really taking a purposeful approach to living life.
Oh, and that's so good. Taking a purposeful approach to living life, because what we conceal, we cannot heal. Cannot heal that. And so it may take, whether it's having a brother, sister, professional, someone come up alongside of you to help you and to support you on your journey. And so for people that are listening, for women that are listening today, Dee, that are looking for that support, whether that's fitness, emotional, spiritual support to get their lives going in the right direction, where can they find you out on the web?
Well, you can find me everywhere at FaithFueled, like gasfueledmoms.com. And yeah, I have a 7-week program, and it's basic training for honoring your temple. So it literally starts from the foundations and it builds you all the way up, giving you more information than you could probably process at one time. But it's really helpful to have that kind of the steps that you need to see how to make changes. And so, yeah, I'm FaithFueled Mom everywhere but Snapchat, because I'm not that cool. And I just got on TikTok. So if you friend me there, I'm not that active yet. I'm working on it, trying to get my cool points up. Yes. And so, yeah, that's where I serve people. I serve people online and in person. And yeah, that's the way you can get with me.
Awesome. So again, ladies, for those of you that are listening, be sure to visit Dee's website, faithfueledmoms.com. Check out her 7-week program. Get in that boot camp. Get you motivated out of that 2-year slump and pressing further into 2022.
Yes. Yes.
So Dee, it has been my absolute pleasure hosting you on the show today.
I truly appreciate the invitation that you gave me. It was really great and joyful to see that in my inbox. And I'm so glad I've been able to share. I really hope this helps somebody who has felt stuck or feels that calling that their body is worth being cared for. And I really hope that they just start making those steps towards it. Something else that I do have coming out in December that I wanted to share, and this is specifically for Christian women in leadership. The Lord has put on my heart that I really want to pour into these women. And so I am offering a retreat in December. We're going to Florida. It's a 4-day, 3-night retreat, and it's literally a Sabbath for leaders. Christian women leaders. And so I have an amazing group of women who are going to pour into, we're going to move our bodies. We're going to Bible study. We're going to Bible journal. We're going to worship and praise. We're going to eat healthy food. And we're going to learn about our hormones and just do all the things to really pour into these leaders who serve their communities so well so that they can hit the new year like just feeling refreshed and renewed and restored. And so that's why the name, the Neos Retreat, which is the Greek word for restoral by God, came. So I have the Neos Retreat that's happening in December. It'll be in Florida. If you're on my website, you can find that there too. And yeah, I just really am feeling the calling to just bring up our leaders and then really support the people who are supporting them too. So.
Oh, that's so good. And I love the fact that God is leading you to pour into leaders, because oftentimes leaders don't have that opportunity to steal away, to get away. And so you're bringing the total package, Dee, to the retreat down in Florida. So ladies, again, check out Dee's website, faithfueledmoms.com, for that retreat. So thank you so much again, Dee, for sharing that information with our listeners on today.
Thank you again. And thank you again for the invitation. This was an absolute pleasure. So grateful to be here.
God bless you, and may God continue to use you to build up his kingdom. So God bless you, Dee.
Thank you. Same to you.
What an incredible show. Ladies, there are a number of takeaways that we can all benefit from. The key to health transformation is remembering that physical health is indeed an inside job. You may be physically overweight because you are spiritually underweight. Find fitness that works for you. Get active and participate in something that you enjoy, daily stretches, weightlifting, or even walking. I want to encourage you to invite the Holy Spirit to come into your personal space to show you where you need to grow and develop spiritually and emotionally so that you can be healthy physically. Because healthier women create healthier homes, healthier communities, healthier churches for a healthier world. We'll end with Dee Bolton's tagline: "This is not fitness, it's a lifestyle." Have a blessed and a faith-fueled weekend.